You know, I don't know, for some reason I get really excited when cast members from the MCU team up in other movies, and here we are. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in to my opinion/review for Point Blank, a Netflix movie. I really do appreciate it. Now, Point Blank, I want to say Point Break, but Point Blank is being directed by Mr. Joe Lynch. If you've never heard of him before, he directed Knights of Badassdom and Mayhem. I haven't seen any of those films, but I've heard of Knights of Badassdom, and I just did not get around to seeing that film, but I do want to check it out. And what is this film about? To save his pregnant wife, an emergency room nurse teams up with an injured murder suspect in a race against time, rival criminals, and renegade cops. Now, this film right here, I had no idea it was coming out. I just saw it pop up on Netflix, and I was like, okay, what the hell is this? I watched it, and I enjoyed it for the most part. But is this anything new? Is this anything fresh? Not really, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be. I mean, you know, I think it's a great time that you can have it fun. Have it home. You can have like a lot of fun. Now, the main cast, we have Paul being played by Anthony Mackie and Frank Grillo. His name is Abe in this film right here. Of course, Anthony Mackie is Falcon, aka maybe the Captain America now in the MCU, and Frank Grillo was a villain. He was Crossbones. You know, big action stars in this film, and now that's being transitioned over to this film. Now, one thing that I do like is, while, you know, Anthony Mackie is punching and kicking faces in the MCU as Falcon, not necessarily in this film either. He's a nurse, while Abe, Frank Grillo, is the henchman that he has to kind of team up with. And I'm not saying that Anthony Mackie gets whooped in this film, but I'm not saying that he, you know, does a lot of punching as well. But I like the realism that they gave us. I mean, you know, the average nurse may or may not know how to fight, and I think they did a great job there. Now, there are some twists and turns as far as the plot is concerned. Like in the plot synopsis itself, it has to do with renegade and rogue cops. And there was some times where I was like, okay, you know that this is the bad guy right here, but then I'm like, oh snap, that's not the bad guy. The bad guy is this person. So I had no idea, you know, how this film was going to end when it kind of hit that twist and turn right there. There's also another cast member by the name of Tiana Paris. She's Taryn in this film. She's the pregnant wife. Beautiful young sister. She was she played Lysistrata, I believe was the name, in was it Lysistrata or Lysistrata in the Chirac movie that came out in 2015 with Spike Lee. I love that film. A lot of people crapped on it, but I loved her in that film, and I loved her in this film too. I liked the little, you know, flirting, or they're a married couple, but still the flirting between her and her husband, Paul Anthony Mackie, in this film right here. Cute little couple. I cared about the relationship and the well-being. You know, I was nervous, like, oh my goodness gracious, you know, I don't want anything to happen to her or the baby or anything like that. But I mean, as far as the action is concerned in this film, it's not that much. There's a good amount of like car chase scenes, and I think those are done pretty well either. But you know, if I went to go see this in the movie theaters, you know, I would just be like, okay, this is just bland. You know, it was okay, you know, Friday or Tuesday matinee or something like that. But I mean, I think this is the perfect action thriller to watch at home. I mean, it only comes in an hour and 26 minutes. So, you know, if you're just bored or just want something to do, you know, just have a good time, and, you know, you have some company over, hey, what's on Netflix? Hey, Point Blank is, you know, out right now. I think you would have a good time with it, you know, and, you know, I think everybody will. This is a remake of a Bout Portant that came out in 2010, a French film that I haven't seen, and I honestly don't plan on seeing it, but you know, I mean, I thought this film was fine. I enjoyed it, like I said. Nothing special about it, but there's really nothing to complain about either. If I had to rate Point Blank out of 1 out of 10, I would give it a 7. I give it a 7 out of 10. Yes, a 7 out of 10. But guys, that is just my opinion. What did you think about Point Break? Have you seen it? What did you think about my review? It's on Netflix. Please let me know down in the comment section below. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. If you like this video, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. If you don't, that's fine. But you can still subscribe to my channel and also look me up on social media. But guys, I just want to thank you again for tuning in to my opinion/review for Point Blank. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.